friends, it's Mr. Alex from Adams Memorial Library, and I'm back with another installment of the Online Origami Club. Now, those of you who have been following us, you know that you can come here to the library to pick up your Online Origami Club kit. It's going to look a little something like this, and inside is all sorts of great paper of different patterns and colors for the projects that I'm about to show you. You can either come to our curbside pickup or to our front desk in order to get yours. Now, each session we have a different origami project, and this session I'm going to be teaching you how to make an origami giraffe. And now, that might sound like a real pain in the neck, but I promise it's a lot easier than you'd think. So let me show you what supplies we'll need, and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so for this origami giraffe, we're going to need all of our usual supplies. We're going to need a practice sheet of paper so that we can get really good at making origami giraffes before we move on to our final sheet of paper from our Online Origami Club kit. We're going to need a pair of scissors, and this is especially important for the final step of our giraffe this week, so you definitely want to make sure you have these. We're going to need some stuff to decorate our origami giraffe, and specifically this week, I chose to grab a marker, as always, but I also grabbed this square of brown paper and some glue, because as you'll see at the end of the video, I think there are some embellishments that I can make that'll be really, really cool. So go ahead and gather all of this up, and we'll get folding. Okay, so as always, the first step to making any origami project is making sure that our paper is a square, which mine already is. So then, once we have our square paper, we're going to take and put the side with the pattern that we want to use face down on the table, just like this. And then we're going to fold our paper in half diagonally, just like this, making a nice sharp crease down the center. Once we have that sharp crease down the center, we're going to take and we're going to fold the sides of our paper in to that center line, just like this. And that's going to create our kite shape. So we'll make one fold here, making sure it's right to that center line, and refolding if we have to. Making a second fold, and you want to be careful on the edges, especially this bottom point, because if you're not careful, it can cause your paper to tear, and, well, we wouldn't want that. So we're going to make those first two folds, creating a kite shape like this, taking the edges to meet the center line. Then we're going to take and fold our project in half with this crease here on the inside and as the center of our project. So we're going to go ahead and make that fold, crease it nice and smooth on all of the sides, and we'll have something that looks like this. And this is going to be the basis for our giraffe. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is create what's called a hood fold, where we're going to open up our project like this and essentially flip it so that it folds backwards. So we're going to take it starting like this, open up this part of the project, and then fold it backwards. And I'll show you what that looks like if you do it correctly. Alrighty, so we're going to have something that looks like this. This is our hood fold. So once we've done that, we're going to give it a crease to finalize the fold. And we want to make sure that our paper stays even. And we'll have something that looks like this. So once we have this shape, we are going to make our hood fold again to make the head of our giraffe. And we're going to do it with this tip up here. So we'll go ahead and make a hood fold, just like this, creating a head for our giraffe. Perfect. Alrighty, at this point, we're going to take our giraffe's nose, because it does look a little bit pointy, and we're going to fold it up inside of the giraffe's face, sort of rounding out the front of it, just like this. Then we're going to take the back end of our project, because we need to make the giraffe's tail. We're going to take the tail and just fold it up in to create the back of our giraffe, give it a nice sharp crease. So we'll have something that looks like this. And then for a small tail, we're going to flip and crease our tail back out, but not the whole way, so that we have a fold that looks like this. And once we've pulled our tail back out, we're going to pinch or crease that so that it's perfect. And we have the basic shape for our giraffe. Now, you might say that this doesn't look a whole lot like a giraffe, and there are some ways that we can fix that. The easiest way is to take our pair of scissors and cut some legs for our giraffe. Now, as always, true origami doesn't use scissors, tape, or glue, so this is something that if you're an origami purist, you might not want to do. But if you want to make your giraffe a little bit more unique, you can definitely take your pair of scissors, and we're just going to cut a section out of the bottom of our fold to create some distinctive feet for our giraffe. That'll look like this. Then it's time to decorate. And as I mentioned before, you can take your brown construction paper, your marker, your glue, and add some embellishments to make this look exactly like a real-life giraffe. I'll show you what I've done at the end of the video. And after a lot of folding, a little bit of cutting, and some decorating, I took my piece of Online Origami Club paper and I made this giraffe here. I think it turned out great. Now, as I mentioned before, I took a little scrap of brown paper, just like this one here, and I cut it to make these decorations so that our origami giraffe looks even more like the real thing. You can choose to do this with your giraffe as well, or if you have another vision in mind and some different decorating supplies, you can do that too. Whatever works for you will make awesome origami. Now, don't forget that you can send pictures of your awesome origami over to us at kids@adamslib.org, or you can follow the library on social media via Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube for all sorts of great updates about other things that we're doing at the library this month. And as always, happy crafting!